China is trying to take over gaming. Is that honestly such a bad thing at this point? I don't even know.
Well, today's video's just a treat. It's going to be fun. Tencent tried to take on Battlefield and Tarkov. Now, I say tried because it's not exactly going well. It's far more of a Timu Battlefield kind of thing, right down to the absolute assault of Bing Bing Wahoo special amazing pop-ups every time you do anything. It's got 55% positive Steam reviews, and in monetization
What even is this game? I have no idea what he's talking about, by the way.
system described as, quote, like gazing into a bottomless void from which no light can
Delta Force? I have never heard about this.
escape. That's a quote from PC Gamer's review, and everything else.
Well, PC Gamer also said that Diablo 4 is so better than Path of Exile 2 in every way possible, so I would not exactly take it to heart.
This is basically a firm meh. The game is called Delta Force, and this is great timing because we just lost X-Defiant, so come on, we need some sort of live service shooter to have some fun.
I would not say that losing X-Defiant is a big deal.
With. Now, this is a bizarre story. If it was simply just a boring mid-game, we wouldn't really cover it, but no, the details are just so nightmarish and strange that it absolutely is worth covering. Now, in terms of even doing this in the first place, you can see Tencent's thinking. I mean, Tarkov is successful, but it's plagued by drama. Everybody wants an extraction shooter, right? But maybe not Tarkov.
Wait, there was already extraction shooter that kind of was replacing Tarkov to a huge degree when the Tarkov stuff dropped. I don't remember what it was called, but we covered it.
And there's Battlefield, the other thing they're targeting. Well, it's been nothing but drama. So their whole plan with Delta Force has been to beat DICE to the punch, because it's still going to be a while until the next big Battlefield. And this is all powered by an early 2000s IP that they picked up from the Embracer Group, Delta Force, that nobody remembers.
Well, Delta Force does sound kind of cool, at least, technically, I guess.
Very strange. So today, let's peer into that bottomless pit and avoid such pits with today's sponsor, who actually have a daily habit for me. You see, I was wasting so to just get probability. Just develop an intuition that you can scrolling get 30 days in the form of Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile 2, which are obviously different games, but they had pretty massive launches. There's going to be some overlap. Now, their 57% launch rating did rise to a delightful 64% by weekend one, and actually the player counts are not half bad. 102k on Steam, rising to 119k by the weekend, which is not bad. Battlefield 5...
Wait, that sounds good, though. I'm confused.
In 2042, both peaked around 100k, but that was well after their initial launches, and it does manage to top Grey Zone Warfare and Hunt Showdown, which had 70k.
The hell is Grey Zone Warfare, and what the hell is Hunt Showdown? Oh man, this is what happens when you don't play these shooters. You have no idea what the hell is happening. And look at this, these are actually not even that bad numbers. Well, this is kind of like meh. But this is not, this ain't even half bad, and this released in 2018. Actually quite successful in that case, wow.
K and 60k peaks. That said, it can't touch Tarkov. Battlestate said that in 2020 they had hit 200k concurrence. So, there are numbers, but...
Well, yeah, people fucking love Tarkov. Tarkov does so many things, and... Well, it has its problems, but it does a lot of things right, though.
Of course, it's a big, heavily marketed, free-to-play shooter, right? And there's appetite for something new in the extraction space and in the Battlefield space. But the game is a bit of a weird mess, and it's what happens when Tencent says, okay, here's two popular things. I would like one of those and one of those, and also a single-player campaign. Turns out when you do that, it doesn't always come together perfectly. So here's a quick version of how. There are performance problems, there is no controller support, and of course being a free-to-play, it uses kernel-level anti-cheat. The problem they had though is, yeah, it actually didn't uninstall if you uninstalled the game during day one. That meant that people would uninstall this, but the anti-cheat solution would still be on their computer. Now, if they then went to play another game with another kernel-level anti-cheat solution, like say Easy Anti-Cheat, they would interfere with each other, and people couldn't play other games. The developers Team Jade were able to fix that bug within a day, but still pretty rough. Then, of course, suffice to say, there's the obvious thing. If you're not the type to, say, gobble up all of the TikToks, and, you know, do that in your fresh Huawei phone, then, well, there's really no...
Is he talking about TikToks like the thing that you eat? Which is still around, I think, right? What is he talking about? TikTok says in the thing that ruins America.
Amount of privacy policy reading or assuasion of fears that will help with this game. So obviously it was contending with that. And of course there are other grumbles. It's got a launcher, you need to use another account, but the things that actually matter, well, that's the game and how they are planning to make money from the game. Look, I don't want to shock you, but if you try to be both Battlefield and Tarkov at the same time...
Let's see. Free-to-play game. Well, I don't know. Guess they're never gonna make money. Well, they're not gonna do microtransactions, skins, and shit. Like, obviously.
You're probably not going to do a great job of being either, as very much learned by Battlefield, which had Hazard Zone, the extraction shooter that they built into 2042 and very quickly jettisoned. This game also does borrow less popular elements of 2042 that are clearly geared towards monetization, like having specialists, not classes, and of course it does copy plenty of features and gadgets wholesale. What's odd is the specialists keep their gadgets in the extraction mode, and that just makes...
Wait, isn't that the literal fucking same guy? Well, it's the same dude.
keep their gadgets in the extraction mode, and that just makes some of them far more powerful than others. And then there's the thing that, for a lack of a better word, we would just sort of call the sauce. And I think it's fair to say that this game doesn't really have the sauce. It's trying to go...
But it has the spaghetti? Oh no, horror.
Big, free to play, but it's not doing much that's daring or interesting or really geared towards...
Bro, listen, if COD did anything daring ever, they would probably crash and burn, okay? If you want to beat COD, you just need to make a better COD. You don't need to do anything daring in the slightest. That is reality.
Setting itself apart from its competitors. So basically, they've went for the big free-to-play strategy, and in doing that, they've made a game that probably doesn't speak that much to other people. Now, it's not all bad. The gunplay is actually pretty damn solid. It does avoid the scuff nature of Battlefield 2042's launch, where basically they kind of ripped an extraction shooter and stuffed it into the mold of a combined arms shooter, because that game was a legendary development shitshow. And Team Jade's COD work absolutely shows off in the weapon customizations, which are seriously cool. But it's a bit odd that it's a Delta Force game. I mean, it's getting remade Delta Force maps. There's going to be a Black Hawk Down campaign coming in January, but it's really Delta Force in name only.
Okay, so currently I have no... Where is the Tencent tries to exploit EA's failure, but they made a nightmare part come in here? Okay, currently it sounds good. Currently, it sounds okay at a bare minimum. I'm confused. What exactly is the failure here? Is Billiard just trying to make negative headlines just so people click on them? Boy, let me tell you, as someone who does make negative headlines typically, okay? Positive stuff is way better than negative stuff. It's just reality. Negative stuff gets a bunch of clicks pretty fast, but it has no fucking longevity at all. Now, the funny, positive, good stuff, now that has longevity. That's what you honestly want.
So all told, the mixed rating is absolutely fair. But I promised you a bottomless pit from which no light can escape. So let's do that. It's going to be fun. How the hell do you do a big shooter, have it be a live service, and make loads of money? We see loads of companies...
I'm sorry, I made a joke about this previously, but obviously it's microtransactions. Like, is that a secret?
Try, and at least for Battlefield, in both 5 and 2042, those games kind of murdered themselves trying to be live services. And Tarkov has just always got monetization drama. Now, Delta Force says that it's got no pay to win, so you're probably thinking, what's the problem? Surely it's all fine.
Okay.
I would say no, it's not fine.
Okay.
Wow, they've done interesting things. So to start with, upon opening the game and after every match, you are greeted with a blast of just a half dozen notifications and icons. You've got rewards to claim in various different places.
Oh god. Oh, but this is your... dude, listen. Yeah, everyone needs a battle pass nowadays, but when you make your battle pass like this, it's just like, here's a fucking Lego brick, but I've been playing a shooter, but I'm supposed to do with the Lego brick. We don't know, but here's a free Lego brick. That is bad, you know? You can't have these types of rewards. You can't have a battle pass with dick shit nothing rewards in here like this because they're just not interesting. No one cares about the battle pass. They just think it's a money grab thing. This is your rewards for it, it's bad.
Icons. You've got rewards to claim in various different places. You've got challenges to complete. A big UI bonanza, the sort of thing we're all tired of. It's one of those games that wants you to be engaged.
People are not tired of battle passes. Battle passes are awesome, by the way, but you just need to make a good battle pass. And this is what companies literally are incapable of doing. They're incapable of making an actually worth fucking while battle pass that people want to buy because it has value.
And it's got everything, even the basic like daily login bonus to do that. And you really can tell that Team Jade made their money from mobile. It feels like that. Now, more traditionally, there are of course 3 battle passes, one for the extraction mode, one for the warfare mode, or a combination of the two for
God.
$7, $7, and $10 respectively.
Oh my. Hello there. What's your name? What's your size? What's your number?
But oddly, each pass has got a
boys, I think we should play this best game of the year, actually 10 out of 10.
Weekly limit of 25 levels. Now, the devs argued that the beta season will actually be easier to complete, which maybe is why they've actually throttled people's progress, but if so, it also implies that there'll be way more grind ahead. Now, I did say bottomless pit. Do not worry, we are far from the bottom of the pit. We've, of course, got limited time challenges and events to inject lots of tasty FOMO across the whole experience. And yes, you can, of course, buy cosmetics directly in the store. That's starting with guns and knives. And they actually alternate between real money and in-game currency. And then there's the bundles. Here's one, $70. And it's...
Okay, sure. All of this is annoying and whatnot, but does this make the game bad? I mean, does it?
It's not just that there's bundles here. You get a short video ad for the bundle just about every time you open up the store. And I'm not done. So we've got Gacha on top of that, because of course we do. If you've got hard liquor, it is time to neck it all right now. So here we go. Delta Force has got currencies, many of them, and we're going to begin with the humble
tokens, armament vouchers, raid vouchers, Delta coins, Delta tickets. Okay, that's like 5 different currencies, 10 out of 10.
Mandelbrick.
Oh, 6 currencies. Or this is a brick that you get currencies in. I don't know, but fuck me.
Mandelbrick. So the Mandelbrick is a loot box with a premium skin or effect bundle inside. And the way they work is you can earn them from being a top 25% player in the battlefield mode,
Dude, if you're gonna sell loot boxes, that's one thing, okay? But don't call them fucking Mandelbricks, okay? That's just insane.
The loot box in the extraction mode or completing challenges. But Mandelbrick is not just what it seems. No. If you save your Mandelbrick and you buy a quantum key, yes, the quantum keys only cost $1.
Bro, you know what you should... Okay, listen. You know what these games should actually do? They should allow you to play and then something happens and like once in 1,000 games you get the situation where there's, oh my god, special loot box drop, let's go, first person to pick it up wins, and then everyone fights about the loot box. That would be hilarious.
What you can do is use the quantum key on your Mandelbrick, and you will get better loot odds. Specifically, 0.3% for the highest tier of loot, but if you roll 75 times, you're guaranteed one of those top tier rewards, which basically just means it's extremely, extremely absurdly rare for a free-to-play player. 0.3%, I mean, come on, but...
0.3% 75 times? Huh. Yeah, that's still a ripoff.
For somebody who is swiping, well, they can of course get loads and loads and loads of them, but this is not the end. It's time for the innovation. They've actually kind of learned from...
Hey, say what you will, still better than Overwatch 2, okay?
Valve. So what you can do after you've rolled your 75 quantum keyed Mandelbricks is take your extremely rare, unique iteration of a skin, and then you can sell it on the in-game marketplace. And that's where we get to another currency, Delta tickets. Those are used for the player economy. Now, there are other reasons to roll, like every roll gives you an XP boost that you can apply to any of your guns. So you don't go home empty-handed regardless, and basically if you keep on playing, if you keep on just, hitting and hitting and and hitting and slurping up all those glorious quantum keys, you're just going to have all of this rolling XP, and then you'll be able to take part in the Valve style, well, player-driven economy thing. And that'll mean that you can spend hundreds of dollars of premium currency to acquire the unique item that you want from another player.
So what, is this like Team Fortress 2, the Call of Duty edition?
Now, theoretically, it is of course possible to acquire some premium currency through play, but it's not going to be a lot because the things that you will get, just for free, they're not going to be that good. They won't be worth many of those tickets. Whereas if you start swiping and, you're playing the premium version of the gacha, it'll be worth way more money. It'll be the rare stuff that you can actually sell in the store. And so you can see exactly what they're doing here. I mean, we've seen auction houses and economies in games. I mean, goddamn, the Diablo 3 real money auction house. Remember that thing? This is, I think, way more similar to what Valve do in Counter-Strike 2. Just like looking here, I mean, wow, the way that they've done it sure is something, combining the gacha, all the different layers of reinforcement, and basically everything that Team Jade learned.
I honestly don't see a difference from anything else modern. Maybe this is a little bit more aggressive in your face about, hey, here's an ad every time you fucking open up your inventory. Yeah, that's really annoying and aggressive, true, but I mean, this doesn't really sound too different than anything else in the, ecosystem that currently exists, honestly. Just the ability to sell your stuff, I guess, is also kind of a cute bonus that you kind of have, but I mean, it's a giant, like, what the hell at the end of the day anyway. I don't see anything too bad here, but I don't see how Tencent have made a nightmare out of this. It just sounds like everything you would expect from a modern slop shooter nowadays, so, I mean, China's still taking over, maybe? Who honestly knows? Anyway, that was Bellier, bye-bye.